Pennsylvania. And today, Scranton is the focal point for boxing, with WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes fulfilling a long-time promise that he would bring a title fight back to the city where he began his professional career 10 years ago. Today, that promise has been paid back, and we welcome you to Watford's Armory for a big day of boxing. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert, along with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. And it's good to see Ferdy back in working order following yesterday's bout with laryngitis. Although, Ferdy, I must say I speak on behalf of the entire staff here at NBC. We were concerned that you would recover your voice during the course of our 3.5-hour drive from Atlantic City yesterday to the Scranton area.
Yeah, well, I read your book, The Mouth That Failed. It has one page, shut up for 24 hours. Harsh and inhuman treatment, Marv, but I did it, and my voice is back.
All right, good to have the fight doctor back with us. Let's take a look at our boxing lineup for today. We open with junior middleweight James Hard Rock Green with a record of 16-2. And today, Hard Rock goes up against a young man by the name of Michael Dewar, a 23-year-old out of Kingston, Jamaica. His record, 18-2. He's knocked out 9 opponents in 4 rounds or less. Later on Sports World, starting at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes defends his title. Holmes looking to maintain his unbeaten record as he goes against the European heavyweight champion Lucian Rodriguez. So we are moments away from junior middleweights Michael Dewar and James Hard Rock Green. Now, Green does come off a tune-up win against Efraino Gonzalez last month. However, that loss to Frank the Animal Fletcher last October still has to be on his mind.
Yeah, well, we saw him pull an El Foldo there under intense pressure from Animal Fletcher. Now, that's what we got to find out. Can he respond to pressure? He's in with a guy who's got a better record and is a banger. So let's see how he handles the pressure of Dewar.
All right, we did get an opportunity to talk with Green about that loss at the hands of Animal Fletcher.
Well, what happened was that I felt myself coming on stronger in the fight. It was like a thing which my trainer, my manager in the corner, they told me, don't the guy hustle me, just fight my fight, keep my game plan. When I did to do that, I was fighting him, and the next thing that happened, he threw a few uppercuts. I got caught with an elbow against my eye, and I got cut, and the blood started gushing in my eye, and then I couldn't see, and I panicked a little bit. It was like a physical thing. I couldn't see, and the blood was in my eye, and just that the first thing came to my mind is cover up, protect myself, don't let it get worse than what it is. So that's what happened with that. Yes, it was a great experience for me. I told my manager, my trainer, if it happened again, I know how to go about it. I want to panic like that. I want to accept it that way. I go out there and even fight harder the next time, because I would not let the blood or anything else stop me. Yes, I have some proof to the people and to myself. I feel as though from that Fletcher fight, I know that wasn't a real hard rock. So, like I said, I disappointed a lot of people, my fans and friends, my family, and I told myself the next time out, I'm going to go all the way, give it 100% plus, and that's my word and my honor. I'm just going to go ahead and scratch it out, just give it all I got. I seen him fight I studied a film of Michael Dewar. He's supposed to be a good boxer, not as a hard puncher, but a good boxer, trying to be a counter puncher. But like I said, I will see what he have come tomorrow. If he have a right hand, a left hook, or whatever, because I'm going to be right there. I'm going to challenge him. That's what I'm there for, to win. And I'm going to give him all he wants.
Where later on, starting at 4 o'clock with NBC Sports World, Larry Holmes will defend his WBC heavyweight title going against the European champion Lucian Rodriguez. But we are approaching a junior middleweight matchup. James Hard Rock Green and Michael Dewar, and Dewar has 7 inches in height advantage on Green.
The only thing that height will do is make Green lunge at him. If he lunges at him, he can get caught. Dewar has to keep Green outside lunging. Once he gets inside and starts to work, it's all over because he is a machine inside.
All right, Michael Dewar is a 23-year-old out of Kingston, Jamaica, one of 3 outstanding prospects out of Jamaica. Dewar, along with heavyweight Trevor Berbick, junior middleweight Mike McCallum.
I am a fighter from Jamaica, right? And I'm going to prove it to the Americans that Jamaicans fighter can fight. Now, being on national TV, this ain't going to affect me no way at all, because this is one of my major wish to be on national TV. I don't really know of his caliber, right? But on his record, he's the best fighter I'm going to face. But I'm going in there to win, and I'm going to win.
Dewar, a record of 18-2, 12 by knockout. His last fight last December, stopped in the 6th round by the veteran Al Styles Jr. in Atlantic City. Michael Dewar has entered the ring after winning his first 16 professional bouts. He's had some difficulty recently. Lost a 10-round decision last April in Haiti to Kenny Bristol. Here's James Green making his entrance. James Hard Rock Green, 25 years old, record of 16-2, 10 by knockout. That last bout, as we mentioned, February 23rd, a win over Zeferino Gonzalez. He stopped Gonzalez in the 7th round, but his 2 losses, lost by decision to Robbie Sims. That was his 5th pro fight back in 1981, although he floored Sims twice early in the bout. And last October, stopped by Frank the Animal Fletcher in the 6th round. That stopped an 11-bout win streak. And James, affected apparently by seeing his own blood, took him right out of the fight. In fact, Green admitted that he panicked, got trapped in his corner, unable to respond to the pressure from Fletcher. So James Hard Rock Green and Michael Dewar getting set to go. Scheduled for 10, a junior middleweight bout here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We'll be back with productions. Let's go to the ring for Ed Darien.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To the Watrous National Guard Armory in Scranton, Pennsylvania for the scheduled 10-round junior middleweight bout, which is being promoted by Sports Car Incorporated in association with Chuck Feldman Foundation. It's approved and sanctioned by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, the Honorable James J. Binns, Chairman, the Honorable Charles Chuck Bednarik, Commissioner. The judges, Chris Kirius and Phil Beauchamp. The timekeeper to bell is Bill Reese. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Kim Rebensteiner. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round junior middleweight bout, referee Hank Cisco. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the gold trim, he weighed in at an even 153 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 18 wins, 2 losses with 12 knockouts. All the way from Kingston, Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Michael Dewar. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white and blue trim, he tips the scales at an even 155 pounds. This young man has a record of 16 wins, 2 losses with 10 knockouts. He is ranked 7th by the World Boxing Association, a native of Irvington, New Jersey, and now residing in Patterson, New Jersey. Boxing fans, here is James Hard Rock Green.
And the referee, Hank Cisco, out of Norristown, Pennsylvania.
All right, now I want a good clean fight. When I tell you to break, I want you to break. Familiarize you with the Pennsylvania rules. 3 knockdowns in 1 round and the fight is automatically stopped. In case of a knockdown, you go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there until I tell you to come out. In case of a knockdown, the bell should ring. I continue to count. In other words, the bell don't save you. Are there any questions? All right. Now, where's the chief second here? Over here? Over here? Okay. Now, I want a good, clean fight. Shake hands down. Get back and wait for the bell.
Scoring in the state of Pennsylvania under the auspices of the Pennsylvania Athletic Commission on the 5-point must, and handled by the 2 judges and the referee. Scheduled for 10, James Green from Lewisburg, North Carolina, grew up in Newark, New Jersey, now makes his home in Irvington, New Jersey, and Michael Dewar from Kingston, Jamaica. And you see the height and reach advantage of Dewar. 7 inches in height, 5.5 inches in reach. James Green's biggest victory, he won that impressive, rugged 10-round decision over Wilfred Scipion back in March of '82. A bout of many butts and clinches, late hits after the bell. And in that bout, he gave away 6 inches and 6 pounds to Scipion.
Just remember, there's nobody shorter than Hard Rock Green fighting. He's got to fight people that are taller than he is.
And Bertie at 6 feet. Michael Dewar very tall for a junior middleweight. Green a difficult target to hit. So low to the ground at 5'5". Likes to slip and bob. Counter punch. Can be difficult to solve, although Frank Fletcher had no problem solving.
What you saw just then is the way that Green fights. He comes in throwing punches. It's going to be up to Dewar to catch him coming in with that strong right hand that he's got and put some hurt on him. Otherwise, he'll be there all night. He just did it. He just dropped the right hand on Green.
Good combination by Green.
All right, get out.
Michael Dewar, only his 4th fight in the United States. Including today, his last 4 have been in the States. His other bouts have taken place either in Jamaica or Haiti. Oh, good left hand by Green.
If Dewar waits until Green is inside to begin his punching, he's going to be outpunched by Green, who's got those little piston-like arms. He's got to catch him out here, and there's distance between them. Got to drop the right hand as he's coming in.
Nicknamed Hard Rock for that well-defined physique. He is ranked 7th by the WBC. 16-2, 10 by knockout. Lou Duva's advice to Green has been, don't worry about the knockout. Go to the body, wear your opponent down, and that's what he's attempting here in this opening round.
And the interesting thing about Green is he's well ranked as a junior middleweight and as a middleweight because he fights in both divisions.
So for the most part, it was Green on the attack in this opening round. Getting set for round 2, going up against Michael Dewar, scoring on the 5-point system here in the state of Pennsylvania, and the fight doctor had a 5-4 opening round for Green.
And no secrets in James Dewar's corner. They told him, you've got to be first with a jab. Do not wait for him and get into a counter-punching situation. Keep him off with a jab. It's good instructions. He's trying to follow it.
This the first fight at the Watrous Armory in Scranton since Kid Gavilan fought one Eugene Hairston back in 1950 when Purdy was just a child.
Kid Gavilan's a friend of mine. What are you talking about? And a great fighter.
And coming up later, the first ever heavyweight title bout in Scranton. Larry Holmes, Lucian Rodriguez. Flurry by Green, warded off by Dewar.
Dewar's just got to start punching a little bit harder and with a little bit more crispness and authority. You can't just lay out a little jab, because that doesn't bother Green at all. Now look at him in the corner. Good punches by Dewar. First good counter punches by Dewar.
That's the right hand that we had heard about. Dewar said to have a solid, accurate jab. Usually provides a busy fight, but has not been busy over these first 2 rounds.
I think he's given Green too much respect. Way too much respect. But Green will be all night with that disconcerting pressure. Nothing bothers him.
All right, get out. Get out.
Dewar normally tries to go with combinations. Not a one-punch man. Oh, right hand just grazed Green.
That was a beautifully thrown right hand by Dewar. He'd just gotten hit by a combination. He threw a very strong right hand that just grazed Green. One wonders what would have happened if that had landed right on the button, because it had power and authority.
Tough body blows thrown by James Green. Oh, another busy round for Green. Dewar got the right hand in, but did not have much on it. And we're final seconds. Round 2. After the bell that ended round 2. All right, up! Extra hit by Green, and then Dewar responded before the referee was able to get in. And this is round 3.
Replay of all of those extracurricular activities last week in Chicago. Excellent fight between Collins and LaPaglia that saw LaPaglia get knocked down after the bell and never quite recovered.
Michael Dewar, 23-year-old out of Kingston, Jamaica, record of 18-2, 12 by knockout. He is the bigger of the two by a considerable margin. 7-inch height advantage on Green, 5.5-inch reach advantage, but as this fight has developed, throw those stats out the window. James Green has managed to neutralize Dewar to this point.
I think you can throw the stats out the window when James Green fights anybody.
Again, Green to the body and then up high.
Green has been punching so hard he knocked the 2 letters off of his trunk. Now it spells Green G-R-N instead of G-R-E-E.
We've hit the midway point. Round 3. Good exchange.
All right, get out of here. Get out. Knock the hole. Let's go.
Dewar tried to time his right hand just at the time that Green was throwing his, and with his misfortune, Green's landed solid. Spun him along the ropes.
We are live from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Start of a big day of boxing here on NBC. Later on, Larry Holmes defending his heavyweight title against Lucian Rodriguez. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Bertie Pacheco. Dewar got his right hand caught on the ropes as he tried to unload. Dewar looking to flick the jab, but it's all James Green. Continues to go to the body. Took a bowler punch right from Dewar.
Dewar is going to have to start getting the message that he has to uppercut as James bends over. Letters are just falling off of Green. It goes an R.
Is that an economy move? And good glory by Dewar. James Green continues to lose the lettering on his trucks.
You're throwing your left hook, understand? You're dropping your right hand, okay? His hands have got to be up there, okay? And on the inside, you rip him right up. Rip up the body on him.
Spread that out.
Okay?
Right up here.
Heard a good boxing advice from Lou Duva, but
Get out of
didn't
there.
say anything about James losing the lettering on his trucks.
Not one word.
Got to adjust his punching.
Not one word about it. He said drop your left hand. He didn't say anything about dropping your vowels and your consonants there.
And this is round 4. Bout stopped Zeferino Gonzalez in round 7, looking to bounce back after the loss to Frank the Animal Fletcher. James Green, who does not like to headhunt, looks to cut down opponents, going to the body, and that has been his philosophy here today. Michael Dewar, 18-2, 12 by knockout. Noted for the strong right hand, but has played it in very cautious fashion to this point. Capacity crowd, close to 7,000 here at the Watrous National Guard Armory, Scranton, Pennsylvania. WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes fulfilling a promise 10 years ago when he fought for the first time as a professional here in Scranton. He said someday he would come back as a champion and stage a fight in Scranton. Today is that day, and that'll take place later on Sports World, starting at 4 Eastern Time. There are many skeptics questioning the Rodriguez-Holmes matchup, and those are subjects that we will get into later on ringside and then at the start of Sports World.
And in the meantime, Dewar has not seen fit to alter his technique, and it's lost him every round.
And this a non-action round 4. Michael Dewar just looking to stay away from James Green. Green going up high. A rare attempt on the part of Dewar to unload that right. Benny Z's in round 4 as we concluded.
Stop punching, get out.
Let's listen in on the corner of Michael Dewar.
What are you doing? You want to win this fight? You want to win this fight, man? Come on. You want to win the fight? Come on. Well, let's get busy. This is enough nonsense what you're doing. Come on, Michael. You're giving this guy every break in the books. Now let's cut this out. Don't put any water on.
Trainer Arthur Batson saying, what are you doing? What nonsense. In effect, Michael Dewar has done Zippo over the first 4 rounds. James Green just missing with that left hook. Dewar continues to take a pounding. On the Fight Doctor scorecard, it's been all Green. 5-point must in the state of Pennsylvania. And Purdy has Green in front, 20-16. Gone by in this 5th round. We're scheduled for 10.
Stop that holding back in neck.
Stop the holding, says the referee Hank Sisko. Strong right hand by Green. He's been lunging, looking to go up high on Dewar. Marv Albert with the fight doctor. Bertie Pacheco. Bertie's still under the weather, suffering from laryngitis. His comeback strong, though, this afternoon.
Dewar is waiting for these last half of this fight. He's got an unpleasant surprise for him because Green fights this way 10 rounds. He never seems to tire.
And Michael Dewar is coming off a loss after winning his first 16 professional fights. The problems recently. Lost a 10-round decision last April to Kenny Briscoe. Last December, stopped at round 6 by the veteran Al Stiles Jr. in Atlantic City. A rare right hand by Dewar that was on target. That is it for round 5. We're going to check in now at 31.
The ring. Let's go.
Thank you, Bill. Michael Dewar getting set to come out against James Hard Rock Green for round number 6. And it will be intriguing to hear the words of Randy Tex Cobb, who took that pounding from Larry Holmes in Holmes' last bout.
Well, it affected everything except his sense of humor. That's one of the funniest guys I've ever heard in boxing. Ever since Max Barron, Slapsy Maxie left, there's been no one with that sense of humor in boxing, unless you count Sonny Liston.
Run that by me again. Lou Duva, he's had a busy weekend in Atlantic City yesterday, handling his fighters, and here in Scranton, not that home in the corner of James Green. This has merely been a workout for Green to this point.
That's Marvin Weaver.
Green starting to leave his feet with a leaping punch. That's when he can get hit. Even he's getting a little exasperated, I think, and he's winning this fight every round. 25 to 20 right now.
All right, here's Green again. Loosening up.
Yeah, he should be getting arm weary.
Yeah, Green very confident now. Michael Dewar has shown up. That's it. And at Madison Square Garden, Martina Navratilova has won the Virginia Slims final 6-2, 6-love. So that is a final. And we're less than a minute remaining in the 6th round. I can't figure out Michael Dewar's strategy, whether he feels he would tire Green out. Green is talking to him now, saying, let's fight. Or it's just one of those days. We've seen it happen very frequently in boxing. A guy just shows up sluggish, doesn't feel like competing.
I think Green heard Dewar's interview where he wanted to show Jamaica. Green is saying, well, you want to show him something, show him something.
Oh, big right hand followed up by the left. Best punch of the bout thrown by James Green. Fans getting restless. Hear the booing, and it's directed toward Michael Dewar. Here's that right hand of James Green, the overhand right, and then the left on the follow. This is round 7. If you're scoring, it has been a shutout for James Green. And again, Dewar's corner very upset with him.
As well they should be. He's he's got to decide to lay it out with Green. Either he does or he just takes his page and goes back to Jamaica, just having existed 10 dreary rounds with Hard Rock Green.
And this has been the case from the opening bell, where Green came right out. Green is not a guy who likes to taunt, but apparently he was upset. The crowd has responded to the non-action because Dewar is here, and not by good left hand by Green, and Green began talking to Dewar the last couple of rounds, saying, hey, what's going on?
Come on, we'll stop running, let's fight now, all right? Let's go. Come on.
The referee just said, stop running and let's fight. And apparently the crowd heard it because they roared. Green is used to hearing cheers because every time he's appeared on NBC, it's been a war.
This is what is labeled in the amateurs as NC, no contest. Marv Albert with Bernie Pacheco, Scranton, Pennsylvania. The start of a busy day of boxing here on NBC. Our ringside program, followed by NBC Sports World, getting underway at 4 o'clock, featuring WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes defending against Lucian Rodriguez.
Stop punching, get back. Get back.
And referee Hank Cisco breaking the fighters in Green's corner. James Green at 5'5", always at a height and reach disadvantage.
All right, stop that holding back the neck.
Stop the holding.
Fight.
The instructions to Michael Dewar.
The referee seems to feel like the crowd that this fight's a non-fight because of Dewar, and so he's on Dewar's case.
Green continues to pursue. Michael Dewar did get in on Green.
All right, stop punching, get back.
Oh, left hand. Green teeing off. That rope Dewar up. For the first time this afternoon, Michael Dewar showing some action late in the round and did connect on James Green. And then Green made a spin move into the blue corner and virtually challenged Dewar to hit him. But still the round for James Green, and the shutout continues.
Back there.
This is round 8, scheduled for 10. Michael Dewar, 23 years old, from Kingston, Jamaica, on the left. James Green, 25-year-old, now living in Irvington, New Jersey.
All right, get out, get out.
Dewar is literally punching down on Green.
That's his problem. He's got to bring up uppercuts. He's just trying to bring the punches down. He start off in good fashion. They must be just giving him all kind of heck in the corner. But then as soon as he gets out and lays out 3 or 4 punches and feels the leather that Green throws, he stops.
Stop that. Stop. Stop that on the back of the neck. Okay, let's fight now, all right?
Yeah, the warning from the referee, Hank Cisco.
I like this referee. Hank Cisco, no nonsense. Look at that face. Looks like a coal mine, that face.
Norristown, Pennsylvania. Michael Dewar landed.
Dewar's best round so far. He's trying to fight.
Green slipping most of that barrage. There's the uppercut, but Green was able to answer with the left hand.
And that exchange gets heated. Green ducks down. The other guy has to virtually get on his knees to be on the same level to hit him. There's the uppercut I was talking about. That's what he's got to throw. That's what Dewar's got to throw. He waited till the 8th to discover a startling fact. He's taller than the other guy.
Cisco with a jumping, blocking move, and how the fans respond. Oh, after an invisible 7 rounds on the part of Michael Dewar, he came to life.
Come on, Michael. Finish him off. You had him get the rope there. Finish him off. Go to combinations. Now, you had him hurt there. Keep punching. You got to keep punching. Come on. Mike, don't stop. Don't you have him hurt on the rope. You let him get off, you had him out. Bring up the punch. Don't back off. Now, look, when you had him on the rope, you reset.
You bob and weave, get off the ropes. I want you to see a punch, okay? Up and down, up and down. Move on the side. This guy's right in front of you. You go on the side, you can't miss him. You got that? James, you got this here? Give me the pail. Pail. Here, put it in.
And we're on to round 9, scheduled for 10. Michael Dewar hurt James Green midway through the 8th round. And then Green right back and nearly put Dewar down in the final 30 seconds of round 8.
Green went right hand crazy. He was throwing a looping right hand instead of doing his usual under and over move, which is what Lou Dewar wants him to do.
On target by Michael Dewar.
Hitting a lot of gloves, though. Oh, if Dewar had been fighting like this from the opening round, I don't think we'd have been here right now. One or the other would have gone. Tape now starting to come loose from Dewar's glove. There's very efficient referee Hank Cisco is going to have to stop and tear that off, because that can flick in your eye, and that's damage.
Let's say James Green has just about lost all the initials on the stripe down his trunk. Has an R remaining.
When that falls off, it's the end of Dewar.
And there's an A on the other side.
That last round, folks, I had even because I saw Green in trouble, and then I saw Dewar in trouble.
Keep him up, Green. Hold it. Keep him up. All right, come on. All right, okay, come on.
Just past the midway point, round 9. Good right hand by Dewar.
He tried that uppercut again. I'm amazed that corner's not telling them to go with those uppercuts. They're hitting him. They're hitting Green.
There's the uppercut. Dewar has his power in that right hand. Dewar measuring Green.
Hold it.
Good recovery by Dewar, who looked in big trouble at the end of the 8th round.
That tape can be a menace to Green's eye as it flicks in there, and Duva's hollering at Cisco, stop it and take care of that tape.
Overhand right by Green. Again, a telling blow. He has been landing it successfully.
Dewar stunned by a very, very hard left hook by Green, followed up with a right hook. He blinked. It looked like he was trying to focus his eyes. For the first time, Green shows signs of tiredness.
And another good round, so we've had 2 good ones after the blahs over the first 7. Let's listen in on the corners.
3 deep.
Final round.
There, Shark. Give me the sponge. Booking. Come on now, you can win this fight. Come on, you got him out. The guy just hit him a good shot. You'll knock him out. Come on, Michael. Michael.
Pull out. You go to the sides. You got that?
All right.
Come on. Let's go. Yeah, I don't want you to go to the sides because he's throwing those uppercuts and those hooks. Understand? You move right in. You see him open up with the hooks, you let it go. Come on. Let's go now, baby. Come on. Come on.
That's right. Punching. You understand? 3 minutes of solid punching. Yeah, hook over the top. Come on. You let this guy off the hook.
Last and final round.
3 times
Last and final round, right? Last and final round.
10th and final round.
Final round, touch gloves.
The Fight Doctor scorecard has it 44-38 over 9
final
around the 5-point
Let's have a
mark.
good fight now. Come on.
In terms of rounds, you have it 7-1 and 1 even.
And curiously, Dewar's corner said, come on, you're winning the fight. You need this last round. He does need the last round, but he needs it by a knockout to win.
So James Green right to the body.
Where Dewar did not impress whatsoever in the first 7. He has certainly gained a little bit of credibility in the last 2 rounds. He's taken all of Green's shots, and he's fought back bravely.
Left uppercut by Green. Getting it on Dewar.
Still nobody fixed the tape. Finally, referee Hank Sisco, who has done an exceptional job.
And the clock is stopped. We are just under a minute gone by in this 10th and final round. This the prelude to NBC Sports World starting at 4 o'clock. And WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes will defend against Lucian Rodriguez. It's coming up later on here on NBC Sports. Good combination by Dewar, but Green right back. We've had no knockdowns in the bout. Green appeared to have Dewar on the verge at the end of round 8, but Dewar hung in. Michael Dewar, who had strong statements at the start of the bout, saying he would like to win this one for the pride of Jamaica. Dewar, one of 3 prospects to come out of Jamaica, along with world-ranked Trevor Burbick and Michael McCallum. But Michael Dewar came out silent over the first 7 rounds of the fight.
Well, they're certainly not going to be dancing the reggae over his prospects in Jamaica, but neither will they be playing a funeral dirge, because the last 2 rounds, he showed he can stay with a very furious Green.
Less than a minute left in this final round. Unless there is a sudden turn, which would mean a knockout by Michael Dewar, it'll be James Green with victory number 19 against 2 defeats. A little hot dog move by Green. And here's Green looking to finish with a flourish. A burst of energy by Green. Final seconds. Dewar with the left hand. And that's it. And they continue after the bell. So, James Hard Rock Green, confident of the victory, and there's no question about it. Celebrating in the ring. We'll be back with the decision in a moment. James Green and Michael Dewar have just completed their 10-round junior middleweight bout. We're set for the decision. Let's go to the ring. Here's Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. And the scoring as follows. Judge Bill Boscia scoring 49-43. Judge Chris Pirius scoring 49-42. And referee Hank Sisco scores it 49-41. And the winner, James Hard Rock Green.
So James Green with a methodical victory over Michael Dewar, and James Green celebrating his victory. This the final 30 seconds of the fight. A final burst of energy by Green. And the scoring mirroring the Fight Doctor scorecard. He had it at 49-42. We'll be back to talk with Hardball by unanimous decision over Michael Dewar moments ago here in Scranton. The Fight Doctor is set alongside James Green. Let's go to the ring.
Hard Rock, that 7 rounds, that was awful boring.
Yeah, it was boring. I was trying to get up to him. He kept moving side to side, running, and I was trying to cut the ring off on him. He was trying to throw me off if I could step side to side, constantly moving. So my manager, little trainer Bill, was telling me, cut the ring off on him at the same time. As I was trying to do that, he was holding me and grabbing me.
All right, in the 8th round, things got exciting because you almost knocked him out, and then he got you in trouble as well.
Yeah, well, I got a little carried away. I still had him hurt. And my manager told me, he said, take my time, it'll come, don't rush it. And I still had him dazed, hurt. I was just trying to finish him off right then and there.
All right, there's no question, you're back. You are back from that surprising loss to Animal Fletcher. Is that the reason for that little hot dog move on the 10th round? Were you that happy?
Yeah, I was very happy. I told my manager, trainer, and also my family that I was going to come back strong. And if they cut interfere with my career, ain't taking nothing from me. And I just said, go out there and do what I do best. Let's take care of business.
Thank you very much, and welcome back. Back to Marv Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, so James Green did indeed take his time, winning by unanimous decision over Michael Dewar. Rodriguez, and you look at Rodriguez, he is a very small heavyweight fighter.
Remember, he's the European champion. All those European heavyweights seem to be small by our standards because we have mammoth guys, and the biggest of our guys happens to be the champion Holmes, so he does have a problem with size.
All right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Here are the stats.